The DStv Premiership is back, which means we get to watch Abafana Bokuthula Noxolo. Yo-ha! So we are going to talk about the starting 11 that Kevin Johnson is going to put out there against Royal AM. And remember, the team that is going to put out there is a reflection of who he actually trusts going forward. Because the story that we've heard from Kevin Johnson in his 2 defeats, 3 wins and 1 loss, if I'm not mistaken, has been, I'm still getting used to the players, and he told the management, no, don't sign nobody because I trust these players. So we are going to see who he really trusts to start and continue with the season. And if this works, then we might just have ourselves a new senior coach for next year. Now, who are those players? Let's talk about them. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. Starting with the goalkeeper, I don't think there are any debates here because Bruce Vuma has played really well in the last 4 games that he played on his return to the starting 11. So I don't think there's any question whether he starts or not. Centre back pairing is where we start to have a lot of dynamics because number one, we know Kevin Msimango will start. He was doing well before we went to this whole AFCON break, and I think he's going to stay. However, the question is who is going to play alongside him. Option 1, you have Uti Tlokwe, who was his initial partner when the season started and before he got injured. Problem is, Tlokwe just came back from a very long-term injury, or he's still recovering, because even if he has come to some training with the team, remember that this was a long-term injury and hasn't played any competitive game, even like 10 minutes or 5 minutes here and there. So it's been a while. So you take him out. You have Unjabulo Ngobo, who has a point to prove and his contract is running out. And if he wants to stay at Kaizer Chiefs, he might want to pull up his socks and end that contract extension. Right. On the other hand, you also have Udove, one player some people who might argue is most suited at this current moment. Reason being, Edmilson Dove was playing at AFCON, so which means his match fitness is good enough. But someone will say, I am Pelo, he cannot be started. Reason being, he's been playing a lot of games in the past few weeks, so you must have rest him. So that leaves us with Luke Fleurs. Yeah, because he's been with Kaizer Chiefs for a very long time, and since like September, October, somewhere there, trialing with them and then officially becoming the member of the squad. But we've not seen him. We've not seen him at all. Could this be the time that he actually gets a start? I do not know, but I think Kevin Johnson would go safe here and say Msimango and Dove. I would like to see Fleurs. I would like to see what he can do. Moving on to the left back. It's obvious he doesn't even compete with anyone, and I feel like he knows it. Usfiso Hlanti is going to start as a left back, whether you like it or not. Right back is Uri Frosler. I would love to see Dylan Solomons. Like, I feel like our fullbacks, Frosler knows Gutu Solomons is not trusted, so it's just too casual. Left back, you see the same thing with Uhlanti. They're like, yeah, Mashian is not playing here. Whenever Tove plays here, gets injured. I'm the only one. This is my position. I feel like that's the kind of dynamic that's going on there. I hope it's not. I hope they were just out of form, because what we're hoping for now is that we go out there and we take names, we destroy them. All. I realized that was weird, but it's fine. Next up, we go to our midfield trio, which we start with Usibongiseni Mthetho. I know Utabang said that he doesn't think Umart competes with Castillo. I respectfully disagree with you. You know why I say that? Because Umart has been seen playing further ahead, which is ahead of Usteb as an 8. But also, whenever Castillo plays, he doesn't play as a 6, but more as an 8. So to me, it's always seemed like Castillo is playing as a 9, as an 8 or a 10. So that's why I'm saying right now, since they have taken him out, then they're taking him out at the expense of playing Uhlanti. I mean, of Umart. Wait, they're playing Umart at the expense of Castillo. That's the correct way of saying it. So I think Castillo, the person that is really competing with, is Umart, and I think Mart is trusted. Mart is the captain of the team currently, so I do think that Mart will continue starting the game as well on Sunday. Next up is we have uNkosi Ngiphile Ngcobo. Another player who, you know, just renewed his contract, which could be problematic. You know why? Because now he's secured, he's safe, and you know what people do when they're safe? They relax, right? They relax because it's locked downstairs and here. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope that it does well because Sumatlo right now is injured and technically he does not have competition for that position because the only player who can come off the bench and play that position, it's either they bring on Castillo and play him as a 10 or play double 8, or Usabelo Hadebe nomduduzi Shabalala, or also Kick and Toli. But Tutoli now coming back from injured. So you're thinking of Usabelo Hadebe, you're thinking of Usamgelo Zwane. Samgelo Zwane is also more of an 8 and a 6 kind of a thing. Hybrid there, box to box, something, Shandis. So I do think that Nkosi Ngiphile Ngcobo is one of those players who's looking around and thinking, who is my competition? So I hope for the life of me, the contract makes him go, I have a contract, I'm safe here, I'm still 24, I can still go overseas. Let me just go crazy for this season, and then next year when Bafana goes to play AFCON, I will be there because Themba Zwane, we saw that he plays Boma 60 minutes and then he gets taken off. So Mshini is one player, is one of the players in South Africa, we and Mayema, who can actually, and some other few players, but those are the main ones, who can actually go, Masonga as well, not really. We'll see. Who can play that number 10 role and do things for Bafana. So for me now, I'm not just looking at him as a Kaizer Chiefs player, but I'm also seeing him as an international level type of player. So he should really go and look at himself in the mirror and say, Khosi Ngiphile, you can be better than this. And I do believe that he's better than what he's given us, which sometimes is good, sometimes it's meh. So I hope that he just reaches his level right now and he starts beasting. Which leads us to our front three. Starting with Umodi, I think Umodi is very much secured in that front line. And the second one is Dupree, right? So with Dupree, is situation yakiganje. There is something that Mandla said, commented long time ago, that Dupree is better as a number 9 because he moves a lot and he opens spaces for other players to run into that. So if the coach has been impressed by him during the preseason or secondary preseason, seeing him do that more, then he's going to play as a 9. If he has found a way of integrating Uranga, which we'll talk about in a second, then Dupree plays as a right winger. But what I do know is that both Modi and Dupree will be starting. It also makes sense. I mean, think about it. Dupree has been one of the most consistent players we have. Modi is our top goal scorer and his form had picked up just before we went into this break. Now, with Ranga, if Ranga doesn't start and then Dupree plays as a 9, then we're going to have Usaile on the right wing. Problem with Usaile is obviously the fact that when he starts the game, he tends to be subbed. Like, we know this. When I see people getting ready to come on, I'm like, Saile is one of the players going off. It's predictable. So I think that if they start to do Saile, he's bound to be taken off. But when he comes on in the last 30 minutes of the game, usually defenders are tired and he's just running at them. So I think it's better that way in any case. So Dupree plays as a right winger, Modi plays as a left winger. And number 9, that's where this is crucial. Because Ranga is a starter, I hope they have decided that Ranga, we can see you, my man. You are a goal scorer, you are a goal poacher, you are a box striker. And what we are going to do, instead of making Mart sit so deep, we are going to send him forward and have him Tetwa be ready to clean up anything behind you. And also, if we want to compensate for numbers, then push Sfiso into midfield, because when he tries to cross the ball, he doesn't do anything that helps us anyway. So you might as well push him into midfield when we're attacking, so that if the teams are trying to break, he's there to break. The problem is if they break wide in his side, then we're in trouble either way. But it's a risk that we can think about some other time. Tactics, it's about trade-offs. If we play him in midfield, then we have a midfield overload when we're attacking. And at the same time, if they're trying to break through the middle, he's there to intercept. So, Yabo, there are pros and cons for each tactic that you employ. So, to me, I do think that push Mart and make him also play alongside Abongcobo or just behind Ungcobo, so that you don't have this thing of wanting to drop Uranga into midfield to overload the midfield, because the whole point of dropping a striker to make him play as a false nine is because you are trying to do what? Draw the defender to you, open spaces behind, and then you kind of have spaces to run into. But with the Chiefs, when he does do that, then when he gets to the box, he doesn't do it effectively. Look at all the players who have played or have been as. With Spurs, he played with Heung-min Son, scored goals. At Liverpool, Firmino drops into midfield, but then Salah and Mane are very good in scoring. That's why you'd see them scoring more goals than Firmino, right? So I do think that if you are going to ask a player to do that, he must be a player who wants to create spaces for other people. But naturally, Ranga is a goal scorer and is not comfortable, and he gets frustrated by playing like that. So we will see, Uguti, did the coach succeed in integrating his style on Ranga, or has he succeeded to say, Ranga Chivaviro, you are going to do what I said and play as a false nine? Or is he going to say, I'm accepting you, my son, you are a number 9, so go play in the box? We will see that. If you have watched the video to this point, surely you are enjoying it. So you might as well like it. And also tell me, what are you looking forward to most on Saturday? Us scoring goals, taking names, or us playing beautiful football and, building on that? You wouldn't mind a draw as long as you see that football is better. Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals al pelumoy.